Okay, guys, I'm not going to beat about the bush here. No introductions, no messing around today, okay? This is an absolute joke of an update for this game. Okay, you know this, I know this, and 343 Halo Studios, or whatever they want to call themselves, need to go. They beyond overstayed their welcome. They have no business making any more games. They have spent more time on this franchise than Bungie and delivered nothing. Okay? There's no reason to keep these guys around. No other studio could be worse, frankly. And yet, for some reason, they keep rewarding failure. They keep rewarding the failure that is 343 and continuing with 343 as a viable studio. Even after Perfect Dark was shut down through mismanagement, even though Elder Wild was shut down through mismanagement at Rareware and the freaking Initiative and all that rubbish. Tomb Raider devs had to come in. Then they were trying to get 2K involved to save the Perfect Dark game. Like, all of that. The mismanagement of Microsoft Studios is legendary, okay? They cannot manage their studios. I have very little hope for what's going to happen with Gears of War, but I have more hope with Gears of War than I do with Halo. I don't believe right now that the next Halo game will even make release. If it does make release, it will be the most subpar Halo game in history. It will make Halo Infinite look like a good game by comparison. You don't believe that? Then look what happened with Halo Infinite to Halo 5. It made Halo 5 look like a good game by comparison. Halo 5 made Halo 4 look like a good game by comparison. This is not new. This is not a new concept. This game is a joke. The next game will be even worse. They will find a way to make it even worse. That's if it even makes release. I have very little confidence in that even making release. I really do. Because Halo Infinite barely made release. It was a disaster. And now you've got even less people. You know, they've fired a bunch of people that were from like Halo 4 days and stuff. They're starting from scratch. They're doing it on a different engine. You know, the game's going to be a flop even if it does come out. And that's if it does come out. Because there's no guarantee of that. Because we've seen it with other games from Microsoft Studios and other studios in general. They're just not making release anymore. Because they're focusing on live service garbage trash. It's happening over at PlayStation, and it's happening on Xbox, and it's happening all over the show. Okay? These woke studios cannot make games. You've got nobody there actually who knows how to make games. Okay? It's all subcontracted out, and the subcontractors don't give a shit, so nothing ever gets done. So the games get the release schedule for the game gets longer and longer and longer and longer until you're like 6 years, 8 years down the line, and you're like, where's the game? And then the game's cancelled, or it's terrible. But you know, we're getting off track here because I need to talk about this fucking trailer. Because this is an abomination. This is so fucking bad. And hopefully you've seen the thumbnail here. Because this is 4 years after release. We're now getting invasion mode, okay? This shit should have been in the game from day one. To make any kind of impact. What is the point of... Why didn't they save this for the next game? This is one thing they should have saved for the next game. Do it properly. Bring back the elites that people keep asking for. In invasion mode. Perfect. Perfect idea. In fact, why not expand on invasion mode? Why not have you play as other covenants? Brutes. Freaking grunts. All that kind of stuff. Jackals. All that kind of stuff. You could play as different enemies like you could in Beast mode in Gears of War 3. You could play as all the different locusts, right? Why don't they incorporate that into an invasion mode? But instead of thinking any kind of logical way of improving a mode or making it different, or they're giving you the bare bones, and it's beyond bare bones, and it's got less maps than in Halo Reach, even though they're going to tell you that it has more maps than in Halo Reach. But we'll get onto that, okay? We'll get onto that. So they're telling you it's more when it's less, and they're giving you less in terms of effort because you don't have elites versus Spartans. It's just Spartan versus Spartans. It's still got the same piss poor, gameplay of Halo Infinite, where you like phase through each other. There's no, player collision. There's none of that kind of stuff. There's none of the stuff they actually promised. The campaign's still not been updated. There's no day to night. None of that's coming, right? There's no ray tracing. None of that. That's all gone. Okay? None of that shit. But forget all the updates that they promised that they never delivered, all right? They bring this out for what reason? All right? And we're going to go through the trailer, and it makes no sense. And the music from the trailer sounds like when the T-1000 in Terminator 2 is on the attack, and it's like down, down, down. It's not Halo music, so we're just going to mute it because it's really bad. It's probably copyright too, so, fuck them. And it's like something out of Cyberpunk or, like the music from Terminator 2, but like a ripped off version of it. That's what they've gone with for the Halo trailer music. It's not even Halo music. And this is a heavily nostalgia bait trailer, by the way, in every aspect of it, because they're showing you invasion mode. That's the most prominent thing in this trailer, with classic maps from Halo Reach in the game. And they're using music that's not from Halo in any way, shape, or form. How does this make any sense? It doesn't. So let's mute the trailer. I've already disliked because it's horrendous. And let's watch the trailer in silence. A bit of peace and quiet. Thank you. Roll footage. Okay, so right off the bat, I wanted to mention that. So right off the bat, they start it like, oh, this is what happens at the start of the game. And then it's like a load of people running. Okay, this isn't the start of the game. That's not how Invasion is supposed to be. I don't know if that's gameplay. I would suspect it's not gameplay, because why would everybody spawn in such a tiny little area at the start of the game? Okay? Why can't you just spawn like you did in regular Invasion? So I'm assuming this is for artistic effect, to show that it's 8v8, but why do this? This is 4 years on. We don't need an artistic trailer of garbage ass fucking Spartans with all kinds of like goofy shit. Like, what is the point? Like, what is the point, right? That's just off the off, right? Now, the Falcon, they're going to keep hammering because they just added it. And then new game mode. So first of all, again, they do this all the time. It's not a new game mode. It's a game mode from Halo Reach. It's not new in any way. Not new. Not new. It's a returning game mode. That would be more accurate. The return of Invasion. Invasion mode returns. This is not a new game mode. So why, again, do they continue to try and sell this garbage as new? Okay? Because the little kids that actually play the game and buy microtransactions don't know what Halo Reach is. Because all the Halo fans, the genuine Halo fans, are gone. It's just the idiot whales who buy cat ears and all that shit who are still there. So they just lie, straight up lie, and say new game mode. It's not a new game mode. It's a returning game mode. Thank you very much. Now you've got to explain to us how Invasion is played, because if you don't explain to us how Invasion is played, we won't know how to play it, because we never played it before. Because the only people left in the game never played Invasion before. That's what they're going with here. Now, this I find particularly interesting. So again, all these are Forge maps, obviously. 343 didn't make the maps. I mean, why would they make maps for their live service game? They just make skins, right? No, they have to go to some jabronis on Twitter and get them to make the maps. So this map was apparently created by all these guys, completely ignoring the fact that this map is from Halo Reach. So if this map is from Halo Reach, it was created by Bungie. It was created by the developers at Bungie. They copied Bungie's map. They copied and pasted it. They looked at Bungie's map. They walked around in Halo Reach. And they looked at the terrain. They looked at everything. They were like, right, then we're going to start building it over here for Halo Infinite. That's what they did there. They didn't create the map. So how is it a map by these guys? It's not a map by these guys. It's a fucking copy of another map. They copied a map from another game. Did it? If I made Invasion Breakpoint in Halo Infinite, would I have created the map? Would it say GLL on there? I didn't create the map. I copied it from Bungie. That's what these guys... That's not a new fucking map, so why doesn't it say? Why doesn't it say the original fucking people who worked on it? That's not a new map. So it should say something like recreated from Halo Reach or something. And then have the names. Why are they... people who don't know what Breakpoint is, right? And never played Breakpoint, because it was DLC, by the way, so some people didn't even play it, even though they own the fucking game. But let's go back again. So you're saying Breakpoint is created by these guys, mapped by these guys. It's not by these guys. They copied it from Halo Reach. So again, you're talking absolute bullshit. Why are these guys getting the credit? They should get a bit of credit. And why the hell it took that many people to copy and paste a map from another game is beyond me. Like, look how many fucking names is on here. And this is to make a forge map of a game, of a map from a game that was like 15 years ago. And it take this many people just to make a forge map. Why? And what the fuck? Like, one person could have done that, surely. Like, are we for real here? Breakpoints coming back after 15 years, and they don't point out the fact that it's a returning map in any way, shape, or form, because they just kind of pretend like Reach didn't happen, all while trying to sell you that this is basically Halo Reach. I don't understand. It's like, on the one hand, they're trying to say Invasion is here, but on the other hand, they're like trying to pretend like old Invasion never happened. Like Reach never happened in the first place. It's absolutely backwards, okay? So Breakpoint is back. Don't care. It's 4 years late, motherfuckers. Why the hell wasn't this in the game at launch? But there you go. Oh yeah, we know what Breakpoint's like. They got to explain how to play Invasion because, you know, no one played it back in the day, apparently. This map, Crash Out. I have no idea what Crash Out is. I have no fucking clue. Guessing it's new. But then, why was there no names for Crash Out? So was this actually made by 343, or did they just fuck up royally and not put the names on? You don't want to listen to the music, by the way. It's terrible. Right. And now this is bizarre, because this is obviously Halo Reach Boneyard, yet for some reason they've called it Recovery. So again, they're just completely sweeping Halo Reach under the rug like it never happened. And apparently these guys here created this map. Well, they didn't, did they? Because first of all, it's Boneyard. It was created in Halo Reach and you just copied it over. But on top of that, you've renamed it, and now you're saying it. These guys created it. They didn't. They copied it from another game. It's even got the same fucking vehicles on the attack than on the previous game. The fucking Wraith and the fucking Ghost. That is from the previous fucking game. Halo Reach, 15 years ago. I just can't believe this shit, man. Like, why didn't they just call this one Boneyard? It makes no sense to call one of them the actual name from the previous game and then the other one you don't. Like, what is that? So that's illogical. Then we get to look at how horrible the physics are for a second. Okay. Spartan versus Spartan bullshit. And then they go into the fucking weapons again. Like, can we have a trailer without showing off gay skins that you got to spend money on? Free 20 tier operation pass. It's not free. I guarantee it's not free. I guarantee that some of that shit there is not free. That it's either the bit you have to pay for at the start, where it's in that little blue box, or whatever. It's not going to be free. Stop lying. You've done this time and time again. I'm not even going to double check it because you always lie about this. It is not a free pass. There hasn't been a free pass for at least a year and a half because they always have something in there that you have to spend money to get every time. So that means it's not a free pass. It's only a free pass if it's guaranteed everything in it is free. If there's something in that pass that you cannot get without paying money for, then it's not a free pass. So stop lying. It's not a free fucking pass. There hasn't been one for a long time. Instant unlock. Oh great, a commando skin. A gun no one uses. Literally no one used it ever. And then they released the DMR, which they called the Bandit. They changed the name for no reason. Kind of like they just did with that map. And now even less people fucking use the commando. So why are we still going on about the commando? Who cares about a commando rifle skin? And it's just gold. It's not even special. Then we got this weird shit, which might be the worst looking gun in Halo history. So it's supposed to be the Covenant Brute shotgun or whatever that they created for Halo Infinite. And it's made of wood. Now, I know we've had pizza skins and a lot of shit in this game. But this might be the worst looking gun ever. It's so out of place. Why would the Covenant make their weapons out of trees they found on Earth? Like, it makes no sense. It looks so out of place. It's horrific. And then this guy just like walks in like a complete doofus, completely breaking all immersion. Like, what the hell is that supposed to be? Then we got wavelength. Again, that doesn't have any names under it. So are they fucking up or what? I'm confused. Then this one's got names under it. Shouldn't it be wavelength from Halo Studios or something to indicate that it's made by Halo Studios? Even the maps that come from Halo Studios, even if they do throw one out there every now and again, which they haven't for a long time, even if they are, they're still made in Forge. So really they aren't real maps. That's just a motherfucking fact, right? So again, we got Exhumed. What is Exhumed? Is this new or is this a remake and they changed the name? It looks a little bit like Headlong. It's got the bridge. It's got the road. I don't remember there being a plasma cannon. It looks a bit like Headlong. I wouldn't be 100% on that. But it's kind of got a Headlong type theme because it's got the bridge and the road. But the layout is not exactly the same. But it's got a Headlong type feel, we shall say. It's called Last Road. I don't know. Maybe. But it's got a bit of a Headlong type theme looking at that. But it's not exactly the same from what I can see from that angle. And then the hunters drop, and I still don't know why the hunters drop. What does that signify? What is the significance of this? So all of this, and then hunters just drop. What are the hunters? The hunters have got nothing to do with invasion mode, and then they just drop hunters. I still don't understand that. I've watched this a couple of times. They just drop hunters for fuck all reason. It makes no sense at all. It's terrible. It's one of the worst trailers, and combined with the music, it might be the worst trailer that any Halo trailer that we've ever had ever. Even the dubstep trailers on Halo 4 were better than this shit. But we're just gonna go swiftly on, so let's get into the freaking write-up. No, look at this. Play Halo Infinite now through October 7. How about no? How about no? So, as you know, Alex Wakeford, the feminist writer, has moved on to go and write for either the main game or potentially, books or whatever in the Halo universe. So he's gone now. He might actually be working on the main game, writing the story. So it's going to be pretty bad if that happens. Because it's not really explained what he actually got the job for. It just explained that he got took on as a writer under 343/Halo Studios. So what the fuck happened to him? Where is he now? What is he actually working on? We don't know 100%. But in any event, we've got Mutinous Core, some other guy who writes for Halo, apparently, who's like a fan fiction guy or whatever. If you go to his stuff, he like writes like community writer. So it's a very similar thing to what freaking Alex Wakeford was doing, right? So it's very similar, like all this weird shit. So I don't know much about him, but that's the guy that they've swapped in to do these updates now, because Wakeford is gone. He's working on the main game or working on some books or something. So look forward to that shite. He says UNSC cadets are taught to imitate blah blah fucking blah. Again, we're just going down this lore hole. I don't care. I don't. I'm not here to fucking fanboy out. Give us the information. So it's Warpath. It's called Warpath for absolutely no reason. There's no reason to call it Warpath. Okay, so right off the bat, last chance to grab Hayabusa. So let's go back to what I said previously about the Haunted Helmet, right? They make the Haunted Helmet worthless by having it available for sale. Because the whole point of the Haunted Helmet in Halo Reach was that you played Halo Reach, and obviously you have to play for a significant amount of time, a significant grind to unlock that helmet. That's what made it special. Without that, it's just a skull in a fucking helmet. It's not special. It's special because only a few people get to use it, the real dedicated fans. I don't have that helmet unlocked. I didn't take the time to spend hours on Firefight to unlock that helmet in Halo Reach. But guess what? I can go into Halo Infinite and just buy it from the store, making it completely worthless. Now, there is a grind to get it for free, but if you can buy it, it doesn't matter. It's no longer special. The same applies to Hayabusa, but they take it to another level. Because not only is it now not as difficult to freaking unlock, and probably you could buy it. I haven't been on the game for a long time, sorry, but correct me if I'm wrong. Everything seems to be in the exchange and you can buy it. So let's just accept that that's probably the case, because that's the same with the Haunted Helmet. So you can probably buy Hayabusa or you can unlock it in the exchange, as it says here, but it's not going to matter because apparently they're going to remove it from the game if you don't get it right now, which goes against the spirit of Hayabusa in the first instance, because the original one was one that you got from playing the campaign and jumping through the Halo rings and creating a musical notes, so then it unlocks the helmet, right? So that was like actually quite an easy one to unlock, but you had to know about the secret, right? In Halo 3, right? So the idea that now you're gonna lock this shit off to people who haven't unlocked it is stupid. It's stupid. It should just be in the freaking exchange for all time to people to unlock. Why would you lock this off for people? It's dumb. It's really dumb. And maybe it's just trying to put pressure on people to get into the game. And maybe you can buy it with real money. So let's put the pressure on so more people go and buy it in the real store. Because, hey, if they don't buy it in the real money store, it's going to be gone and they won't be able to use it. Right. Maybe it's another scam like that. I don't know 100%, but that's my guess here, okay? Even if it's not available in the store, which I find very hard to accept because everything else has been at some point or will be or whatever, you're still going to be grinding the game to get the points for the exchange and you're still going to be buying battle passes to get points for the exchange and stuff like this, because you're going to be playing the game, so you're going to try and unlock other stuff while you're on your way to unlock this. So any way you look at it, they're trying to scam you for money, because that's the nature of this game. It's Spartan dress up for idiots. It's not really a Halo game. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it always has been. Okay, since before it even came out, that's what they designed it as. Okay, the primary thing they worry about is skins. That's why there's no fucking ray tracing in the campaign, because they don't care about ray tracing in the campaign. They care about how much money you spend in the store. That's it. That's all they care about. They don't care about you. They care about your money, right? That's how it works. Okay, they don't care that you already spent money on the game. They've already got that money. They don't give a rat's ass. Okay? So, where was I? Okay, so it's back to celebrate Ninja Gaiden, which, yeah, the helmet was inspired by that originally. Now in the exchange, blah, 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 blah. So then Invasion Mode, we got the details of Invasion Mode. Then they got all this gay shit again. Enemies at the gates. Just shut the fuck up and get to the information. So, 8 versus 8. Yes, it should be 8 versus 8. Don't change the fucking shit to try and be 12 versus 12 or whatever it is in Halo Infinite. Yes, that's correct. They've done something right. Then you've got the offensive team, blah, 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 but there's no elites, right? This is explaining how Invasion works. We already know. Winning rounds. We know how that works. So it's going to have a dedicated playlist until October 7th, and then it might disappear altogether, according to this. Remember Reach. 15 years of Halo Reach. Yes, a good game, unlike yours. Our very own Sketch will be hosting a Halo Reach anniversary panel for some reason at the Halo World Championships in October. Operation Warpath, bringing beloved Invasion Mode that first debuted in Halo Reach. No, in multiplayer. Yeah, it debuted in Halo Reach multiplayer beta and didn't come back for 15 years. You've had 15 years and 4 years of this one game to do something like this. Like, too little, too late. Does it not you don't think about this stuff, man. This is horrendous. Get these frauds out of Halo. They cannot make the games, man. Okay, as we are recreating the magic for Halo Infinite, we've decided to expand the number of available maps, which is a lie. Which is an objective lie. Okay? All the maps, right, in this are made with Forge. We've established this. Okay? Halo Reach had 3 maps that were not made with Forge in Invasion, and then it had 4 Forge maps. Count them. Number 1, I've got it up here. Number 1, Broadcast. Number 2, Floodgate. Number 3, Overgrowth. And number 4, Refinery. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add that to the base maps, Breakpoint, Boneyard, and Spire. There is 7 fucking maps in Invasion Mode in Halo Reach. 7. We decided to expand on the number of maps. Lies! Objective lies! If you're saying Forge maps don't count, then your maps don't count, because yours are all Forge maps. So you have 0 maps to Halo Reach's 3. If you include Forge maps, Halo Reach is on 7, you're on 6. Oh, what a shame for you. You were a map lower. Oh, well, what does that prove? Well, that proves that you're liars, that you're scumbags, that you're frauds. That's what it proves. Because you're lying. Or you don't know, which makes it even worse. You should know. You should know the history of the fucking franchise to even be in this position, sat here doing this garbage fucking update. You should know this shit. But clearly, either you don't or you want to lie on purpose. And I'm starting to think that's the case. Because how could you not know this? Because these maps feature in MCC when Reach went to MCC. So these maps came back in that game, right? As I recall, I remember playing that map on Halo Reach to get on MCC to get my achievement, right? It was a Forge map. I remember distinctly playing it. So those maps even came back in the MCC version of fucking Invasion on Halo Reach. So not only does Halo Reach have 7 maps, but the MCC version of Halo Reach has 7 maps in Invasion. Then you come along here and you say, you know what? We're going to put more maps in. Let's do 6. 1 map less than the previous game, 15 years later. And 2 of these maps are maps from the previous game, at least. Real original. So you take out elites, because you're lazy, you do everything half-arsed. There's no elites. It's 4 years after release, which is a joke. Shouldn't even be releasing this content. It should be saved for the next game and do it properly, well, like I said, with different freaking things. At least bring the elites back, if nothing else, right? Do it properly. But instead, you shit the bed, shit it out early into a game no one cares about anymore to try and make a few pennies on microtransactions when you could save this and do a big deal about it in the next game, which is probably going to take another 5 years to make. So that would be exactly 20 years away from Halo Reach. So you'd have a reason to do it. But hey, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's shit it out in Infinite in a complete glorious fucking mess. And then let's just lie. Let's fucking lie and say that we're putting in more maps than was in Halo Reach. Even though we know objectively that's not true. That is a fucking flat out lie. So why say it? It's incredible. We decided to expand the number of available maps. No, you reduced the number of available maps by 1. You reduced the number of available maps by 1. There's no other way around it. That is a fact. 7 maps in Reach, 6 maps in this fucking game. That's a reduction. That's not an increase in maps in any way, shape, or form. So stop lying. Stop being frauds. Stop getting paid to lie to us. Shut these fuckers down. Somebody at Microsoft who's got the power, shut them down. They are liars, cheaters, and if they're lying to the fan base, they're lying to the executives. And that's how these games end up getting in this state in the first place, because they're telling lies to the people higher up about the state of the game. They have to be. They have to be. Right. So look at this. Halo Reach featured 3 playable maps in Invasion. We've now doubled that to 6 maps. You haven't doubled it to 6 maps! You've reduced it to 6 maps. Reduced from 7. 7, 6. You can't say Halo Reach had 3 maps because it had 7. Oh, but those are Forge maps. So are yours. So are fucking yours. Yours are all fucking Forge maps. All 6 of them. So what are you talking about? Make it make sense. 6 Forge maps, 4 Forge maps. Oh, you've got 0 maps in yours. Reach had 3. Oh no, Reach had 7 and you've got 6. Make it make sense. Be consistent. Try not lie. Okay. Doubled the 6. What a lie. What an absolute ridiculous lie. I can't believe this shit. I cannot believe they would lie. Each with its own rotation of objectives. Original Invasion maps, Breakpoint and Boneyard, now dubbed Recovery. Explanation? Return alongside all new arenas that were tailor-made for Invasion. Why have you changed the name to Recovery? Explain. Why? What's wrong with Boneyard? Like, when Bungie did this, right? When Bungie did this, when they renamed a map, they changed the map. That's why they did it, okay? Hemorrhage is not the same as Blood Gulch, right? It's not the same. It's different, okay? If you're making, like, an exact replica of the fucking map, then it should say the same name, okay? Bungie do this. Bungie did this, right, okay? They would take a map and they would reimagine it And so it was a different map because it had different fucking shit in it, right? Like, seriously. But you guys put out the same map and then just change the name for no fucking reason. And then you're inconsistent because you keep one of them the same name, but then change the other one's name. Which makes even less sense. I can understand if you rename them both, but you literally rename one and keep one the same. So it makes absolutely no sense. There's no consistency on this shit. Here's the invasion overview. Oh, here we go. Snickerdoodle. Another fucking useless fucking person who has absolutely no business being there. Fire this person now. Please. Then you have all this shit over and over again. Stop hiring creative writers and hire people who can build fucking games. I don't want this shit. Nobody cares. Why have we got to be talked to like we're 5 years old? Just fucking give us the information. Why have you got to fucking do this shit? Look at it. Oh, an unstoppable force meeting a movable object. At least if you're on the defense. Or you really hope you can embody the immovable object spirit. It's tactical, it's intense, it's got just enough Halo Reach DNA to make long-time fans feel right at home. Invasion has arrived. Yeah. Just give us the information. Stop trying to be fucking clever because you're not clever. You've got no business working there. No business working there. Not a Halo fan, no business being anywhere near the frickin' fan base. Nowhere near. And yet here you are with the update for us. Amazing. And then here's the objective shit, okay? So yeah, we know how invasion works. So there's additional shit. So they might have made it even worse because they're adding additional shit. New ones in addition. So I'm guessing the old maps will play a certain way. Ah, here's what's happened. No? That's new. Deliver the payload, I think. Unless they've changed that. Because it was like a core. But are they talking about the cores from Halo Infinite? So have they added that shit in? So one of these is not from... they've renamed something. Anyway. Loadout logic. UNSC versus banished Spartan banished affected Spartans. Okay. So you can't get elites. You can't get brutes. So you're just going to give Spartans shit weapons for no reason. At least it made sense in Halo Reach because you're playing as elites. So elites are going to use elite weapons. Now you're not making any fucking sense. Why would Spartans be using brute weapons when they spawn? It makes no sense. It just doesn't work. Right there. It just doesn't fucking make sense. Okay? This is the breakdown of what weapons... Does that say commando? Are we for real here? Who the hell is going to select that loadout? Who in their right mind... Luke. I don't believe this. Who's going to select the pistol in this game? You're going to select the assault rifle first. Who's going to select the pistol in this game? Not in this game. Not in Invasion. No way. Let's see here. Who's going to select the Bulldog? It's fucking useless. Hold on. What is the fucking M5K Avenger? What is that? The fucking... What is that gun? I can't even... Is that the Uzi type thing? I don't even remember. What is that? I passed. I didn't even see this is how bad the game is. I don't even know what that is. That's horrific. So you don't have an assault rifle on phase 1 as UNSC. Hopefully there's weapon pickups in the base. Well, we don't know if we're attacking or whatever, do we, at the minute? Like, fuck that up. Who's going to select the Bulldog and who's going to select the Commando? That's a horrible, 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 horrible choice. Right there. I think I'd rather I'd rather like never play it on that basis. That is horrible. I want to go back to phase 1. Why the hell do I want to use the commando? Nobody wants to use the fucking commando. Nobody. And then you've got the choice of the shit shotgun that's useless. Shit shotgun that's useless, or a freaking commando in phase 2. Then we get onto phase 3, and finally you get a battle rifle, I think, and a commando. Why would you want to? Why is it? I don't know. Or you can have a bulldog again, or a bandit evo, which I hate too, because, or back to the commando. They've centered the entire thing around the commando, and they've been joking. 343 can ruin anything, okay, and they have, because why not just have the exact same type of loadouts from Reach, which was pistol and assault rifle starts, and then later into the game, which I believe was like phase 3, maybe even phase 2, but it depends on the map. You had straight into battle rifles and BRs. Why do we need... There's no BR in Reach, but you know what I'm saying. Why do we need the commando? Why is the commando in every single phase? So in phase 1, there's no commando. But in phase 2, there's a commando. In phase 3, there's a commando twice. There's 2 commandos in phase 3 for some reason. There's only one. There's a bandit evo. I'm guessing that's the actual BR, but why is the commando supplemental to that? I don't know. It makes no sense. Like, the loadouts are horrible. Or you can use the Hydra, because there's no grenade launcher in this game, because this game sucks. Okay, so there's your choices, right? Not great loadouts by any stretch of the imagination. Let's check out the banished loadouts. Mangler, Needler. Well, Needler definitely. Why no plasma pistol? So let me get this straight. The plasma pistol is in the game, but for some reason they've decided not to include the plasma pistol as an opening loadout, even though it was an opening loadout in the original Reach for this shit. So your choices are a Mangler or a Needler. Surely everyone's just going to select Needler then on the first wave. You know, I mean, it depends on weapon pickups, obviously. That changes the whole fucking outlook of this. Is that weapon pickups on the map for when you're attacking and when you're defending. That's gonna, because the fucking loadouts are shit. He's sticking the Vestige carbine in there, which has got no business in the fucking game, because it's a fucking added weapon. The Heat Wave sucks, and the Ravager sucks. So your choices are 2 weapons that suck, and the carbine, which might suck because it's brand new and no one's used it. So that's a horrible fucking phase again on this side of the map. You're just trying to shove in weapons that no one ever uses, and no one will ever use, because no one's going to play this game mode if you make it lame as fuck. If I'm looking at this, you could convince me. You could convince me to play it, right? You could. Okay, I'm a long way away from doing that, but if I read about it and I like the look of what I'm looking at, then I've got more chance of playing it. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing garbage. I'm seeing shite that I don't want to play. That's what I'm seeing. It's trash. Again, Bandit Evo, Bulldog, Sentinel Beam, really? Pulse Carbine, and a Duelist Energy Sword. Like, okay, whatever. Safe spawning, whatever. Buddy spawning, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and here's the maps. So, Breakpoint, we know. Crash Out is that. But Exhumed is that. And look, I was like, it doesn't have the names. Again, of who made it. Last Road. Like I say, it's got a headlong vibe, but it's not headlong. This is Boneyard. And we got Wavelength. And is that it? Isn't there supposed to be 6? One, is I counting wrong? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going through them all. Okay, back to the main page. New objective. Objective updates. Fuck Loadout Symmetry. I don't want to hear it. Then we got a ranked legacy playlist. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Where you can play Narrows on a shit Forge map. For some reason. With settings that are like trying to pretend to be like Halo 3. And it's not going to work. Because this game is not Halo 3. And then you're going to shill for the pass. Pretend it's free. And then you're going to say you can buy it. And then you're going to go on about... See, this is what I'm saying. You have to spend money to get this shit. So it's not a free pass. It never was. Fall update now live. And that's a load of bullshit. Again. And this is the shite you can buy in the store. Because that's what they want to sell you on. And this is more shit you can buy in the store. More shit you can buy in the store. More shit you can buy in the store. I think we're drawing to a close. Okay. Need to cut this crap out because this is fucking gay as fuck. I need to abandon this fucking piece of shit game and I need to fire every single one of these jabronis, including these ones that deliver the news, in a hurry. They need to get rid of all these fuckers, right? Every single last one of them needs to go. 343 needs to go. Halo Studios needs to go. It's the same fucking thing. Microsoft need to get rid of everybody that ever worked on Halo since Halo 4. Unless they actually worked on Halo Reach and Halo 3 before that. And I'll give them a pass. But other than that, they have to go. Or they have to clean the entire house and start again from scratch with talented people. Try and bring in some of the best people that worked on the older games, and then try and bring in some of the new devs that are hungry, that actually care about Halo to make a Halo game. You know, or have a team make something else and then maybe funnel them into Halo later or whatever. There's no reason you have to make a Halo game all the fucking time, because Halo is dead. It's not a money maker anymore. You've completely wiped any chance of it being a success ever again anyway by fucking ruining it with these jokers. So these fuckers need to go. This is an embarrassment. I'm going to say it. This is the worst update in Halo history because of the length of time it took for it to come out. If this had come out year 2 of Halo Infinite, this would have been an okay update. Not good, an okay update. 4 years after release, this is abysmal. This is a fucking joke. Like, this is so fucking bad. Like, it's horrific. It's bad. And they're lying again. Lying and telling you that this has more content than Reach. Again, when it fucking doesn't. That's a disgrace. I can never forgive that. That is such a disgrace. I'm sick of these jokers. And I'm done. Feel free to subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'll see you later.
Another one directed at Chris was asking if Infinite will launch with any of the core features missing, like Halo 5. And his answer was interesting. So they want us to see Infinite as more of a platform, like I just said. It's the start of something new. It's continuing the saga that they started telling, and it's continuing Chief's story. It's going to be a complete story for Chief with a beginning, a middle, and an end. But they're going to use this foundation to grow the sort of game experience over time and tell more stories about Chief specifically over time and grow experiences. So, not going to lie, dodge the question a little bit.
Halo. It's finished. it's finished.